Welcome to the NMAA podcast, the best basketball league in Orlando and the longest running Muslim sports league in America. Based out of sunny Orlando in Florida, featuring weekly game previews, player stats, heated rivalries, and guest stars. Now, your hosts, Waris Sahir, the Komish, Omer Zahir, the Don, Kev Lackman. Take it away,
what's
fellas.
going on, NMAA family? We are back with another edition of the podcast. I am your host, Waris Sahir, and I am joined by two distinguished gentlemen, two longtime NMAA veterans, legends, so to speak. I don't know if you guys got the shirt. Kareem Moslehi, coach of Muttaqeen. Kareem, how you doing?
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you guys. I am doing good, man. It's been really busy, honestly. Like, life outside of NMAA has been hectic, man. Work, family life. I feel like you've barely got time to come up for air, man. And so I really look forward to Sundays, man.
100%. It's always good to see everybody. And I'm also joined by Amir Zufari. Everybody knows Amir at this point. Amir, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Congratulations on your first kick last week. Welcome to the club. And if I can just go ahead and start it off, how did that feel? What was going through your head? And talk me through that. Give me a little play-by-play there.
All right, listen. So we didn't have a podcast last week. It actually didn't have anything to do with the fact that we lost. Had a little bit to do with it. That's why we could have recorded on Monday. But I was like, nah, it's too soon. But we're up 22, 23 in the end of the third quarter. We're up 15 with 4 minutes left. Teams don't score 15 in a quarter. You know what I mean? We lost that game. The ball just rolled to me. And I say, you know what, man? Let me just launch this. And you know what's crazy is I've never punted. I've thrown the ball, I've slammed it. I've never done the punt. And I'll tell you what, Amir, you might be onto something. Because immediately I felt much better.
Yeah.
But then I got mad again. I was like, I got to kick something else, right? And don't do that. I'm on the verge of being suspended, okay? I've had a whole conversation. Don't do that. Do what I say, not what I do. But I will say, in that moment, after it felt stupid, but in that moment, I was like, I'm so glad this ball bounced my way, because I'm just going to punt it into the ceiling right now.
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't expect to punt it again. You know, punts per season is supposed to be one, and that's allotted to Amir. He's, you know what I mean? He's tenured with the punts, so we're not worried about that. But hopefully nothing left to punt to play in this season, and we'll get right into the...
So what's the best way to take out your anger after like a humiliating loss? Like Kareem, I think, has kicked chairs before and maybe even thrown a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've taken it out on chairs for like me. Me and Wattis kind of have like a chair thing going on, man.
I've seen Hani throw a chair across the gym. I've seen Ahmed Abdullah knock over a trash can. So yeah. I feel like kicking the ball is it's really not that high up as far as, you know, it's not going to really hit anyone.
There's satisfaction in the clean contact, I got to say. Yeah. Because like you can hurt yourself kicking a chair. Sometimes you're so mad when you slap the chair and it hurts you. There's no satisfaction in that. But when you get clean contact on the ball, right? It's so satisfying, and it launches too, and everybody's ducking. It's so great. But yeah, we can't condone it.
I think to be honest, like we've all been there. The rage, when that rage hits, you know what I mean? You get screwed over by a call. You just something stupid. You just have no control, and you just like, I have to let this out somehow. Yeah. I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. I remember actually. What's funny is one time I think Amir against your team, we had lost, and you guys had killed us, and me and you were going back and forth. And then right at the end, I'm furious. I'm so mad. And Amir comes right face to face, the only person in the gym that can do that. And I shove Amir as hard as I can. And Amir goes back like 5 feet. And he goes, bro, I'm not trying to fight you. Just relax. I'm like, Amir, get the hell out of my
Yeah.
Because I thought you were coming to talk more smack, and you were like, "No, I'm not trying to fight you. I wanted to say you played well,
You
bro."
were talking, and I think I was just going like this. Which I mean is, gonna set you off the rails.
Yeah,
You were ready to explore. I had a really good game. That's probably my best game of that season.
yeah.
And,
You're killing me, and then my coach is like, "He's killing you." I'm like, "I know, bro. How do you want me to? You want me to block a 14-foot floater? How am I supposed to do that? He's shooting it from anywhere." Anyways,
that was what team was that? That was you and Rumsey? No,
that was me when I was on Gummer.
no, I was on Club because it was me, Thodic, BG, and
No,
Amina.
I hit the game winner that season. Remember?
That in the season. This was the playoffs.
Oh,
That was the multi team. This was Kareem's team.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was my
It
best
was.
game of the season. And right after it could
Yeah. I hated that. It's because I got you in the regular season, and then I did the little night thing, and I deserved it. But it is what it is. Anyways, we'll actually before we get into NMAA, I see Kareem rocking the shirt. Orlando Magic up 3-1, but now up 3-2, coming back home. How are we feeling, man? Are we a little stressed? Franz out?
Well, we'll do it, man. We'll do it. I mean, like, look how many things had to go Detroit's way for them to just inch out a win, against us last night. I'm not too concerned. It sucks not to have Franz, but had we hit a couple more free throws, we're in it, right? Had we had Franz, we're in it. They got a crap ton of calls. They needed 45 out of Cade.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not too concerned. I think we close it out. If you asked me before, the playoffs started, I had zero confidence. I'm like, man, if we win 2 games, I'm happy. Amir was a lot more confident than I was, but I don't know. Now I'm feeling confident, man. I'm feeling confident.
It feels like it's game 6 or bust. Am I crazy to say that, Amir?
It's to me it's game 6 or bust. Franz was starting to play so well. If you remember first game, he really saved us that fourth quarter and took over. The last game that we won, what was that?
He had a couple buckets to finish.
Game 4 down the stretch, he was absolutely huge. So I feel like he's integral. So I mean, Paulo and Bain are both gonna have to play great, and then either AB or Suggs is also gonna have to step up, and then Wendell's got to hold it down. And then Goga's become unplayable, so Wendell's probably gonna have to play 42.
Last thing
but
here.
that being said, if we have the energy and our guys start hitting and forcing turnovers, we can take this game over.
Yeah, I think we'll do it, man. I just hate the stat that they were showing on ESPN and whatnot about like the last 8 seeds that were up 3-1. Like the last 5 of them, 4 of the last 5 or the last 4 have all won, and the last 8 seed to not advance after being up 3-1 was Orlando Magic against the Detroit Pistons.
Exactly,
early 2000s
ago, right?
with Tracy McGrady. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I will say, the Magic have looked like the better team besides game 2. But the problem is they take a 20-point lead. They just let Detroit hang around. They're up with that game 3 felt like a 25-point win, and they were up just 10 or 12. And then Detroit came back and took the lead. I was like, oh my God, you're joking. And then obviously, they ended the game how they did. Paulo hit the back of the rim and then it went 100 feet in the air. That was fun. But yeah, we'll see, man. I'm excited. I'm gonna be at that game, so unless
awesome.
my tickets sell for like double retail, which I don't think they will. You never know, I guess. But if they don't, I'm gonna be there. Anyways, enough NBA. Let's talk NMAA. First game of last week. Malik versus Al Gummer. Now, Al Gummer, as we know, has gotten off to a really weird start because somehow they are in close games, but they lose all of them. I don't know what that's about. But for Malik, the box score, Marcus Ford, 6 for 6 from 3, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Byron Martinez, newcomer for Malik, 15 points. Debo with 12-12. Chavis with 9, 3, and 5. Tron with 6, 4, and 3. For Gummer, Thodic with 22. BG with 20. Alex with 7 and 9, Monk with 6 and 11, and then Issa with a quiet 2. He had a double-digit point game last week, but couldn't keep that going. But Kareem, correct me if I'm wrong. You watched a lot of this game?
I did actually. Yeah. Man, like you said, man, Alhambra, they hang out. They really kind of hang in games, but they just can't pull through in the end. Malik in this game, they're coming in, fresh off the trade, right? So they got Omar Arroyo, right, and Byron, and so I mean their starting five is stacked. So you got Marcus, Byron, Debo, Chavis, and Omar. And then they got guys like, Tron and Abdel coming off the bench. So, like, it's a very, very dangerous looking team on paper. And they played, like they got a boost, right? And Marcus gave them that huge boost. I mean, 6 threes out of Marcus, 25 points, his best game of the season. Kind of a quiet season for his standards. But, hey, if things are, what I'm saying, like, if things are going to come easy to him now that he's got more weapons surrounding him on the floor, it's just going to make Malik look a whole lot more dangerous. But with Al-Qamar, man, the thing is with them, man, like I just really think that it's just a matter of BG and Targ just playing off of each other. It's a whole lot of, all right, BG, it's your turn. Teeks is, Tark, it's your turn, right? There's not a whole lot of playing off of one another.
And but so, I don't think that's going to work, Kareem, because they're those two playing off each other. But then you've got Arkham in the game. Monk and Alex aren't going to shoot. Shahab will hit the occasional 3, but it's BG and Thought going back and forth. But then you can just stay out on them, force the action, and even if somebody catches it in the mid range, Monk doesn't want to shoot that. Alex might shoot it, but it's not high percentage. And then Arkham doesn't want that. Shahab will drive a few times. So I just don't like the makeup of the team. I think they're not very strong offensively. So then, okay, now you've got to brand yourself as a strong defensive team, which they're capable of doing it, but they're not all 100% committed on defense. So I would argue they're kind of a weak offensive team and a below average defensive team, and that's why they keep losing.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, the thing is, you would think, because they have there's like 7 bigs in the whole league, and they got 2 of them. So you would think they'd be able to at least dominate the glass, get 10, 12 extra possessions on offense, make sure the other team doesn't get any extra possessions on defense. But it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's a terrifying team to play inside, or, they're going to kill you on the glass or something like that. I mean, a perfect example of what formula they need to win is this game. They had both players score 20. They had 42 combined from Tariq and BG. It still wasn't enough. You know what I mean? So I think they definitely need a third guy. I'm surprised, and obviously I don't know if this is tampering. I'm surprised a trade hasn't been made with teams that are lacking bigs right now.
They've been trying. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that much. They've been trying.
Okay, well, you would think as a team that has 2 of those big men, there's probably 3 or 4 teams that could definitely use either a big or a second big. So let's see.
They've got to make a trade. I think with the current makeup of the team, I don't think they have any chance. Shahab has to try something, just like he did that one season where me and Thodic were playing. Nothing was getting done, and we knocked you guys out in the first round. We played right after that, and I'd given all my energy playing against URS, so I had nothing left. And then we ended up losing by 8, but Shahab made a couple moves, and all of a sudden, like, we were a very dangerous team. So he's got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
What's crazy, guys, is they're 1-5, but their point differential is only -17.
Bro, that shows what. So 5 losses -17. You know what I mean? And that means
shout out to BG. This is BG's best season because he was injured. He was off for a while. Last season he wasn't that great. But this is his best season, I think, in a few years.
A long time since he won MVP. Almost, I want to say
he's looking like prime BG or vintage BG.
100%. So yeah, shout out BG. But next game we have. Oh, we're firing through this one quickly. 75-41. Showtime 99ers. Showtime come out on top. Literally, I think every player scored. Zach played like 5 minutes. But Adam 24, Garfield 13 and 14, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Carlos with 11 and 5 assists. Jay Free with 8 points. Sarim with 8, 5, 2, and 3 steals. Nick Tuhi, 7.6 rebounds. Yosa, shout out Yusuf Luthvi, 4 points, 4 boards. He had a steal as well. Full team effort there. For us, 16 points from Nader. I had a double-double with 11 and 10, 2 blocks and 2 steals, 4 assists. Kasim had 5. That's kind of all we had to speak about. But what's funny is you would think with that big of a deficit, this one just got ugly really fast and just stayed ugly throughout. We actually were kind of hanging in there at halftime. I want to say we were down 7 or 8. Now, obviously, it's not like it's a hyper competitive game, but it's not 30 points. And then in that third quarter, all I can remember was we had definitely, at least in the third quarter, more turnovers than field goal attempts. For sure.
Morris, do you know
Attempts?
sometimes
Attempts.
Do you know sometimes like a cat will catch a mouse and they'll kind of play with it and hit it, let it run away and jump on it again, then hit it a few times and jump on it?
Yeah, like run, go, yeah.
Then they'll keep playing and then finally they'll just take the head off?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
I understand the analogy.
You guys are the mouse.
Yeah, we're the mouse in this situation. No, yeah, 100%. Listen, at the end of the day, Showtime showed why they're the class of the league right now. They're the 1 seed. They have the most points scored. They have the best point differential. I think Adam is a front runner for MVP. I think Garfield is a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year, probably most improved as well.
Most improved too, yeah.
I think you could argue GM of the Year. Like it's
across the board.
If we did an award show today, it would be the Showtime show. 100%. With that being said, obviously now we had just made a trade. And now, we got a replacement player coming in this week. Shout out Rodney. So hopefully, he's like a 15, 16 point per game guy. I don't think he helps us win that game. We probably still get smoked. It was ugly, bro. It was ugly. But they're feeling good about themselves and X, Y, and Z as they should. As they should.
How's Ramsey holding up, man?
Ramsey I think his brain is more hurt than his actual calf. His ego is probably, man, and I feel bad because he's my coach. I want to go out there and I want to play well, and I'm like, bro, I got your back. Don't worry about it. We come out, we're playing good defense. I get a block on Adam. I get a steal on Garfield. I'm like, yeah, we can win this game. And then they're just, about week after week, like there was a belt to a chair. Then we lose. I'm freaking a game. We're up 20-something points in overtime. Then there's another game where Amir's not there and we still get smoked. And then this last week, we lose by 30 points. Where at one point, we were losing 61-30. And Zakir, I don't know what Zakir has against me or Ramsey, but this man was running a press up 30 with 6 minutes left.
Oh my god!
I'm like, come on, bro! Like, what's going on? Like, you got it.
That's intentional.
You got it. You know what I mean? Let's, let us breathe. Anyways, but again, that's basketball. You got to play defense. You got to still play basketball. The other team is not supposed to let you dribble the ball up the court. If you can't do it, you can't do it. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Hopefully, I'll just throw that one in the trash and then hopefully we move on. But next game we have Al Nasser versus Al Mukhtar. This one, as all Al Nasser games have been this season, kind of a fun classic type matchup. Al Nasser wins the game 58-57. Derek Dangerfield, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Wasim Safadi with 14 and 11. Ishmael with 11 points. Skyler with 5 and 7. Ozzy came in there, hit a 3. Mukhtar, Wheezy had 18 and 10. Fellow had 14 and 16 boards. Julian with 12 points. Christian Solos with 9. So I will say about this game, I watched an overwhelming majority of it. I think you guys are both playing at the same time as this game. So this game was heated. It was angry. And, Wasim gets under people's skin. You guys know that. And sometimes when he crawls in there, the person gets really, really upset. Now, you could tell like there was an angst on that whole side of the gym. But Mukhtar, after coming off a couple wins, coming off a huge comeback, I'm talking about we blew the 23-point lead. Somebody had to come back, right? They had to still play. They came back and won. So they're feeling good. And now, on the other side, Omar Uthman, who in my opinion has been Al Nassr's best player. No shots to anybody on their team. I think Omar Uthman has been absolutely amazing for them. He's not there. So you're like, oh, they don't really have a conventional big.
That's a big miss, yeah.
That's a big piece to be missing. We should beat them. And maybe that caused them to kind of let off the gas. But Al Nassr was always hanging around this game. Always. From the tip. And at the end, Mukhtar had the lead. Skyler hits a 3. Derek hits a 3. And then Wasim comes down with like 15 seconds left, and he does his stupid little finger roll scoop layup that he does where he reaches his arm out and he's like, block it. You know what I mean? It looks like it's so easy to block. You want to slap it into the stands. But he goes up, gets fouled by Wheezy and one.
Bro, it hits the top of the backboard and just falls down into the hoop.
Yeah, yeah.
It was crazy.
And one, you can make it a 2-point game here. Misses the free throw. And Mukhtar has one of the best play calls, actually, I've ever seen. All 5 people outside of the 3-point line. Ahmad Al-Shari, the coach himself, sets a down screen for Wheezy, obliterates a guy. Then Al Nassr's own teammates trip on each other, fall down, and Wheezy catches the ball with 1.5 seconds left. Butt naked. There is nobody around him. And it is right in front of the basket. Now, I will say, you guys can attest to this. Maybe not for Amir. Amir kind of mastered the shot. The layup where you're right in front is a little awkward. You're like, do I bank this? Do I go around? Do I go around the rim? Do I finger roll it? It's kind of like a Schrodinger's cat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. This could be anything. So he does like a little push floater, back rim, bounces out, game over. Al Nassr win by 1. And the craziest thing, and you can see this on video, is Derek Dangerfield is fake smoking a cigarette, and he's handing it to anybody to take the cigarette from. He's like, he smoked this, and you know what's funny is we skipped last week, so I want to be the guy that brings it up, and I'm not gonna. Oh, this doesn't happen. I had a very similar play, funny enough, on the same rim the week before against Mukhtar, and these guys they're kind of joking. They weren't too harsh about it, but they're joking with me too. Oh, you got a game with a layup and smoked it. So for me personally, Wheezy, I appreciate you for making me not the only person.
It's gotta feel good. It's gotta feel good to see somebody else do that. So you're not the only guy for sure.
Yeah. And it's crazy to lose the game like that. And it's funny. Somebody can make an edit of this. We both had the same reaction. It was like, what did I just do?
Yep.
Like, what did I just do?
It was just hands on your head, and then you just kind of just like, okay, how?
Yeah, but honestly, absolutely fun game, absolutely fun matchup. The Wheezy Wasim matchup was fun the whole game.
Do you think there's animosity between those two from the first season they played together? and there was kind of a debate over who's the alpha, and you could see there was tension from the get-go.
You know there was, and you know what? You want to know the stupidest thing? They won the whole thing. Why? Why is there animosity? You guys, you did it. You know what I mean? Like what? It's like it doesn't make any sense.
They both kind of wanted to be the top guy of that team.
The top guy, right?
And they both, could stake a claim at that time.
No, and listen, I'll say this, right? And you guys know this, and I don't know if he knows this. Wasim's not the easiest guy to play with, man. You have there's a certain style of basketball you have to adhere to when you're playing with Wasim, and you have to take the bad with the good. Wasim's gonna steal the ball, run 90 feet, get an and one on the other side, then on the next possession, throw it over your head 50 feet out of bounds. And you have to. It's hard to balance. Like, okay, he's outdoing the bad, but it's when he has bad days and he's making the bad look even worse. You're like, dude, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
What is going on?
You got to live with the good and the bad with Wasim, but yeah,
right.
Man, it's tough.
So when you're a player like Weezy, who also likes the ball in his hands every play, he's like, why am I not getting the ball when this guy's just chucking it out of bounds 100 feet? You know what I mean? So I get it. And what's funny is they had a good balance. They figured it out at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They were 3-6, I think, during the regular season and figured out, won the championship. Kareem took me and you out in the semifinals where I think we could have beat them. So I don't know. It does seem like there is some animosity, though. I will say that. They did shake hands. It seems like they're cool, but there's some underlying tension for sure.
Hey, man, it makes for a fun watch, though, for sure.
100%. And speaking of a fun watch, I can let you guys have the floor here. This one was a fantastic matchup. Commissars versus Muttaqin. Now, Kareem, I kind of want you to go over this game first, but let me go through the box score real quick. For Commissars, Rod with 23 and 7. Tristan with 16, 11 and 5. Amir with 8, 6 and 5. Asad has had a fantastic season with 13 points. JP with 16 boards. For Muttaqin, Isaiah had 18, 7, 3 and 2. Brian Brown with 13, 5 and 5. Sharif with 11. Yassine with 11 and 17, 4 blocks, 5 steals. Might be his best game of the season so far. But Kareem, I always let the guy that lost take the floor first because I need you to have your vent session.
Man,
what do you think?
I'm not gonna lie, man. It was a fun game. It was a fun game to be a part of because like it just felt very tactical. I love playing against Amir. But most of the time I'm playing against Amir, as a player, right? It's very different when you're playing against Amir when he's the coach, right? And you can tell when he's the coach, right? And so in this game, several times I'm like, this is an Amir thing right here. I mean, they were running plays against us, and there was a play. I'm not going to burn your play, but there's a play that I want to say got good looks out of it 3 times in a row and scored on it 2 out of those 3 times. I was like, yo, guys, they're doing this. Like, we've got to adjust to that. And so, like, we would adjust to it, the next few times. Like, they kept trying to go at the same play. And then they started doing, like, secondary actions from that play, too. I'm just like, what in the heck? I was like, yo, man, like, this is different than what I'm used to. And then not to mention that, like, man, something like we got switched out of our 2-3 zone early on. Like, honestly, to me, guys, like, it was their first quarter that won the game. Actually, I'm looking at the game sheet. First quarter, Commissars 21-12. Okay. And then second quarter, we won it 17-15. Third quarter, we split 17-17. And then fourth quarter, it was 14-12 Muttaqin. So it was that first quarter. It was an excellent start for them. Asad, he had 3 threes in that first quarter. And I think even a layup in that first quarter too. So like he absolutely killed us, and he made the difference. That first quarter, that fast start for Commissars was great, and then their ability to punish us in both the zone and man defense hurt. We switched out of that 2-3 in the first quarter. And then when we went man, Amir and the team were very intentional about who they wanted to hunt in their matchups. It's like, all right, you're gonna come and set this screen because this guy's guarding you, and then we're gonna attack it. And Tristan was going in; he was just ruthless. And then Rod, I was telling Amir, like, his appetite to score is like insatiable. Like he gets the ball, it's catch and shoot or attack. Like he's just in attack mode, just desperate to score. And he's tough, man, and he's athletic. And he made a really big play in overtime where we get the jump ball, nobody's picking up Sharif. And Yassine's like easily winning these jump balls. And so like it's a very controlled tip to Sharif, and like he literally leads him with this jump ball tip. And Sharif is going up, and like we're gonna start this overtime with a bucket. We're gonna start up 2-0, and usually that team that starts first or scores first in OTs, they have a good advantage, and very likely that they're in position to win the game. Rod comes out of nowhere, challenges the shot, forces a tough shot from Sharif. He misses it. Brian's there, gets offensive rebound. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get the putback. Rod blocks it. And not only does he block it, like it's going out of bounds, he races, saves it, and I'm racing to the same ball. I end up fouling Rod, and then we're in a penalty, and so they go to the free throw line, and he's been hitting his free throw all game. And
what absolute game changer, yeah,
dude. Rod was terrific. So I mean, I'll stop there. There was a lot of good things that they did. They're a tough team. Amir's coaching them well. I said really killed us in this game, but I was proud of my guys in how we played and how we responded. And yeah, I'm encouraged with the recent turnaround from the team. I'll say that much.
I suppose it was a really well played game. Rod really did save us there in overtime, but Yassine played phenomenal. We kept trying to attack him on offense more than we should have, and he made us pay with steals and blocks. Isaiah played well, very, very well. Sharif was aggressive. They played well, start to finish. I thought my guys played terrific, and they gave us everything we could handle. So, Mutlaqeen, after that game with Mukhtar, you thought they were bottom feeders, but after this game, I have them as being at least like a top 5 team. Because they played a heck of a game, and if Isaiah is playing that well and Yassine is playing that well, they're not going to be an easy team to beat by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. I mean, Mutlaqeen in the last couple of weeks has looked much better than obviously the jokes that we were making early on. I think you guys have. Everybody has said the same things where it's like, how are they underperforming to this level? But now it seems like. Definitely offensively and defensively as well, because Commissars are hard to guard, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But we played against them without Amir, and obviously we were like, okay, we have an advantage inside X, Y, and Z. But man, those two guards in Rod and Tristan, and the way I appreciate Tristan is never going to have an ego about okay, Rod's going to have a good game, and Rod's not going to have an ego about, okay, Tristan's going off this time. They both play off each other so well, and they're both so good at scoring. And they're not small guys either. They're technically guards, but Tristan, I mean, what he had 11 rebounds this game. He has had multiple double-digit rebound games. He goes in, and he fights amongst the trees and gets extra possession.
Yeah, and semi-pro, he's really more like a forward with his physique.
Right.
The same thing with Rod. So,
yeah.
And I think they both understand that they're both going to get plenty of opportunities. JP's going to find his looks on cuts, and he'll take his few drives and putbacks. I'm looking to pass more because I got, a lot of guys that can score. So
lead the league in assists, I think, by the way.
Yeah, and it should be more. Every game we're missing. Kareem, how many layups do you think they smoked off of my passes out of the post?
There was a few. There was one really clutch one from Rod, like a clutch miss, actually. Yeah.
So I would have liked it if it was a couple more assists a game, but we've got a good dynamic. I think we're going to be dangerous the rest of the season. I like how we match up. I feel like defensively, we can match up and guard most teams very well. And offensively, I feel like we almost always have some sort of advantage if a team's in man between Tristan, Rod, JP, and myself. Usually, somebody's got a favorable matchup to get us going.
I will say, guys, that our team was really beating ourselves up for 3 days after the loss. We all missed free throws, a lot. We missed a lot of free throws, and then those plays there at the end too. Rod making the heroic plays, us missing the free throws, some untimely turnovers. We fought back, and we were there. The game was there to be had, and we felt like we let ourselves down in it. Not to take away from Commissars, but we definitely shot ourselves in the foot with our poor free throw shooting. Sucked. I missed 2 of them. I'm still annoyed about that.
Yeah, because they're free. You know what I mean? It says it in the name. Free throws. So it's it sucks when you miss them. And I don't know if this guy, I mean, I'm a bigger guy, so maybe this just happens to me. When you get to the line, sometimes you're like, oh my God, I have no legs right now. I don't know how
you're trying to catch your breath and everything.
Right.
Man.
Right.
Yep.
So I'll even walk to 3
line. Yeah, you got to calibrate yourself. And it's not like it's somebody who's like James Harden, who's there 13 times a game. You're usually getting 2 to 4.
Right.
So it's just a different shot. And so much of it is psychological.
Yep.
So it's not easy.
But anyways, that's all we have for the recap, boys. Let's get to the first power rankings of the season.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast.
Your favorite podcast is here.
You smile, you show up, you keep going. But inside, something just doesn't feel right. If anxiety, sadness, or stress are affecting your life, Mava Behavioral connects you with experienced psychiatric providers who listen and understand. Mava provides personal care statewide in Florida, Texas, and Illinois. Appointments are fast, care is personalized, visits happen from home or in person. Because your mental health matters every single day. Visit Mava Behavior and schedule your first appointment at mavamedical.com to get started. That's MAVA medical.com. Feeling better starts here.
All right, guys. So we are here with the power rankings. Now, what we're going to do here is I have a list and Kareem has a list and Amir is sitting very comfortably eating apple slices. So we're not going to ask Amir to make a list, but it's all good. I'll start here, Kareem, and then we'll go to yours and we'll kind of mix and match and see how it differed. I am going to start from the bottom at number 10. It was between 2 teams. Unfortunately, I'm on one of them. So maybe my bias came in play here. But I got Altcomer last. 1 win, least amount of wins. 10 seed right now. Again, they're minus 17. They have 5 losses. We spoke about that earlier. I think they have some type of... If they make a move, especially, this team can be dangerous with how well BG is playing. He can just take the game away. But I don't know. It feels like even when they play well, they lose. So I got Gummer at 10 here. At 9, fitting, I have the 99ers at 9, which is our team. Just coming off a huge loss, coming off a choke loss, then coming off another loss where we lost in overtime. It's just string of bad games in a row, string of losses in a row. And the vibes are a little bit better at the team. We're all kind of itching to play and prove we're not that bad and we're a formidable team. But at this point, today it's not looking good. At 8, I have Al Mukhtar. Mukhtar, I believe, and I was debating between Mukhtar and us at 9. Who would be 8 and 9? To me, it's interchangeable. But Mukhtar had a chance to win that game. Literally, if Weezy makes that layup, they're their 3 wins in a row and probably a little bit higher on this list. But when you put that in perspective, without Omar Othman, arguably their best player, if not their best, then definitely their second best player, out, you would think a Mukhtar team with all 8 players should coast to victory. But instead, they still couldn't pull that game out and ended up losing there at the end. So I got them at 8.
Kareem, who's your bottom 3? Can we go ahead and see Kareem's
We
bottom
can do
3?
that. Let's do that.
Yeah. We're in sync. I got Qamar 10, 99ers 9, Mukhtar 8.
There you go. All right. So I like to hear that somebody.
Who's your team walrus now with Rodney? It's you, Rodney, Ali.
Me, Ali Jaffer, Rodney, Nader, and DJ Tony, I believe, would be the starting lineup. And then Steve, Kasim, and Hamza off the bench.
Which is not a bad team on paper, but you guys have just been terrible.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I think Rodney will help us a lot because we kind of need a guy that's like can make tough shots and just puts them up sometimes. You know what I mean? So he'll help space the floor out for us as well. I think he's gonna help a lot. But at 7, I have Muttaqeen. Even though Muttaqeen, I believe, is lower than they're at 6 actually in the actual standing.
Ouch, bro! Drop me a spot too.
I will say it's just because of, and we'll talk about them in a bit. But Malik is looking a lot more formidable after a specific move they made. But I'm Muttaqeen at 7. I was debating between them and another team at 6 here, but Muttaqeen also, made a move, and the team makeup is a little different. And while that can be good, obviously, and a lot of times it is good, it does take some time to kind of gel again and kind of get people acclimated to the new team. So I got Muttaqeen at 7 there. At 6, I think this might be my most shocking take. I have the actual standings. They're at 3. I have Al Nasser at 6. And I believe Al Nasser minus 28 point differential. In games, okay, against Mukhtar, you could say that was a good win. I feel like they've gotten pretty, I wouldn't say lucky, but I would say favorable bounces in how their schedule worked out. They played Nars without Akbar there.
Mm-hmm.
Should have lost that game. Could have lost that game very easily. Maybe not should have. Could have lost that game easily against the team without the first overall pick. They played Muttaqeen. Could have easily lost that game. I think Kareem would argue should have lost that game when Al Nasser and Muttaqeen. They played Aqsa without Q.
Yep.
They play and lost that game. So it's just like quality of wins and how bad the losses have looked. Obviously, their second game of the season where they got absolutely boat raced in a game where they didn't have Wasim made it look.
Wasim and then Omar Othman missed, I think, a quarter or two.
And he did. Okay. So that was really messing with their PD more than anything.
Yeah, that one was huge. And I think Obeda wasn't there. So, we just
that's
took it
going
to
to make
him.
a big difference. But it's not more of a shot at Nasser more than these next 5 teams in the top 5. I feel like have shown that they're a much better team, much better team than what Al Nasser has shown. And at 5, I have the actual 8 seed in Malik, and I think that they're a top 5 team. And I think that this last game against Gummer, I know it's Gummer, right? Who's at 10? Marcus 6 threes. Their team seems very complete after the trade that they made, where they have a typical point guard in Arroyo. They have another gunner in Byron. And Tron has had a great season. Marcus, Chavis, Debo.
Was Chavis there last game?
Chavis was there last game.
Okay, gotcha.
So just talent-wise, top to bottom, and I believe Abdel, I think of Abdel as a very good coach. So I just feel like I just feel like, man, that's a great roster.
That's a tough roster.
And how I would have that coin flip between Malik and Nasser. If Malik played Nasser today, I think I'd pick Malik.
If Malik and Nasser play 10 games, Malik wins 8 times.
I don't think that's crazy to say, especially with how they match up. So that's what eked it out. I actually had Nasser at 5, Malik at 6, and then I was like, you know what? No. And I crossed it out and put Malik at that 5 spot. But those are my next 3. Kareem, you're 7, 6, and 5. Who did you got there?
Yeah, man, to be even more controversial, man, I actually have Nasser there at 7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ozzy's gonna send me the circle calendar meme for sure. Even though we already played him. Played him. My team beat his team without me there, and it had me like questioning like everything that I've ever done, like as a coach and a player, man. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I think Nasser, I just haven't been convinced by them. By them. Their schedule and some of the players that have been missing on the opposing teams, and then they've had guys that are missing too, and so like you just don't get a good feel of them, and then just on paper, like I don't necessarily believe in that roster as being like one of the top teams either. So I don't know. There's just not enough. There's not enough evidence there for me to justify them being like a top tier team. I know it's harsh, and it likely is. Yeah, it likely is harsh. But yeah, I've got Nasser there, and just simply because we beat them, I put Muttaqin. I put my team at 6. And at 5, I actually bumped Malik.
Not just beat them, by the way. Not just beat them. Like
we scored. So we scored 71 for our team to score 71 when we can barely break 45. Man,
up until that point, you had
like literally doubled our scores in the past.
I made this joke with Isaiah of you guys had not scored 50 points. You guys had not scored 60 points, but you had a game where you scored 70 points.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I know. You
had more games less than 47 than you had with more than 50.
It honestly was surprising. I mean, like, yeah, me and Amir, we were in the DR at the time, and we were checking our scores, and we're like, what is going on?
I think I made a joke with you in the chat where I tagged you. I'm like, Kareem, just cancel your return flight, man.
Even in the video, I heard you commenting in the video. I was watching our game, and like, I think it was Debo who was recording. I heard you in the background. You're like, yo, Kareem, stay in the DR. Honestly, that was surprising. So for that reason, I had put us at 6, and I really think that we're starting to put it together now, despite like our close loss to Commissar. So I've got us at 6, and then Malik at 5. I think after the trade, they're like you already mentioned, more well balanced, and it's just tough, man. I mean, they've got threats and weapons all over the court right now.
Top to bottom,
and if Marcus is going to be operating in a lot more space right now, that's just going to unleash him. So I look for him to have a strong finish to the season.
Let me jump in on Malik. We played them the first game of the season without Tony, and they beat us. Yeah, it was just Chavis and Marcus and pick and roll and get it to Tron and Debo or them shoot, and they beat us. Granted, it was first game of the season, fresh off Ramadan. My whole team is Muslim except Tristan, who had just had a baby girl, so nobody was ready for game 1. But then Tony came back, and I think they lost every single game after that until the trade, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
From my perspective, they already had Marcus and Chavis to run the pick and roll and score, so they didn't need Tony at all. So Tony, I think, actually hindered the team offensively, taking the ball out of Marcus and Chavis' hands. And I would argue defensively, he was hindering the team as well, because they could have had somebody else in, even if it's Tron, just to get some boards, get some blocks, and stay more active. So I actually think even if they had just lost Tony, I think this would have been a more cohesive team because of their roster. So they lost him, and now they've added 2 solid defenders and hustlers, which is exactly what they need. You could intelligently argue that Malik right now is a top 3 team, just because their roster is very strong defensively and offensively.
100%.
For sure. They just got to put it together and make it work.
All right, so Kareem, we got the same 3 teams. Now it's a little rearranged. Yo, Nasser down at 7. I thought I had a hot take with them at 6. So, we had those same 3 teams there. I'm excited to see our top 4. I'll start at number 4. I have NARS. NARS is my 4th team. I think that there's, for me personally, after 4 is a little bit of a tier break. I want to see if Malik can get into this top 4 teams. This top 4 to me are like the legit contenders, and I would say, if I was to guess, I would say these are the 4 final teams in the playoffs. NARS being one of those teams. The reason I have NARS on the bottom of that top tier is they have some weaknesses that the other teams don't. Evan has stepped up great. Jamal has stepped up great. But Zayd has had a little bit of an underwhelming season. Omar has had a fantastic season. AK is AK. But there hasn't been a consistent 3rd guy. And their 5th guy almost is also not firing on all cylinders. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes me think of them as bottom of the top tier. Now, again, I still think they're top tier. If they end up winning the whole thing, I will not be shocked in the slightest. The next team I have at number 3, and this one I battled with personally, but I got the Commissars at number 3. Those 2 guards, and with Amir dishing the ball, with how well JP is playing on both sides. I would say I didn't know, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, JP wasn't a slouch on defense, but I would not have thought he's making impact plays inside where it's snatching a rebound that's clearly should be an offensive rebound. It's, blocking a shot, getting a steal, being in passing lanes. I'm like, JP is active on defense.
He's active, and he's just always, when he has energy, he's always in the right places. He's always going for the ball. And, some people are just drawn to the ball. Like, they just end up in the right positions at the right times.
Right.
Like, Maney's another one of those. He just knows where it's going to come, knows where he needs to be. JP is like that. But then he gets tired. Doesn't even get his ass up the court or get back on defense. And then finally, a minute later, checks out. But when he has energy, he is just always finds a way to be involved, whether it's on the offensive boards, whether it's cutting at the right time, setting that screen. And same thing on defense. He just ends up in the right spots at the right time. So some people almost just have like a natural gift for like knowing where to be and how to be involved in the play. And he definitely has that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
and shout out to JP. He's going, I think, on like a strict diet regimen. If you guys remember when he started, he was skinny as heck, and all he did is run all game.
Yeah.
All he did is run all game and get transition layups, and that was it. So, like, we're all rooting for you, and hopefully you can get back in shape the way you were before.
Shout out JP. Hey,
bro, he would run all game. He does, but before he would run all game and not get tired.
Do you remember?
He's still mobile as hell, mobile and nimble as hell right now.
Bro, yeah, if he drops 20 pounds, bro, forget about it. This is our season if he drops 20.
Oh, if he drops 20, you guys got it. But JP, I remember, was a shooting guard. And then he came back after COVID, and he was a power forward center.
Bro, I saw him at Dev's Thursday night runs after COVID. It had been like 6 months or whatever, wearing the same shirt as before, but bro, it was like a bare midriff.
No joke. And JP, as somebody that has struggled with weight issues, I'm not trying to attack you, my brother. You know I love you. But he went from a medium to a 2X, bro. And within a year. And I'm like, wait, didn't I just see JP? But now he's cut down a lot since then.
He is. He's halfway there. If he can keep it up, even if he puts up another good, by season's end, I think he can legit drop another 10 because he's very active. It's just the diet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shout out, JP. We're all rooting for you, legitimately. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hold off on these last 2. Kareem, I'll let you fire off your number 4 and number 3 here.
I'm convinced that we have the same top 3. I've got Commissars there at hold on. Did we 4?
I had NARS at 4.
Yeah. I got NARS at 4 too, and I got Commissars at 3.
Okay. All right. So I'm guessing these top 2 are going to be the same. Kareem, I'll let you tell me what you're thinking first.
Yeah. So real quick on Nars and Commissars. These are two really good teams. And two well coached teams. I think Sid is doing a really good job coaching Nars, and Omar Diaz is having a fantastic season, man. Like he's tough. And Akbar, he's averaging 22 points per game. I think there's still some more upside there. So they're dangerous. I think for them to be 4 just kind of shows how good this top 4 is. But when you look at their team stats, compare their team stats, 59.4 points for, 56 points against for Nars. But Commissars is 67 points for and 61 against. And then rebounds per game. And this is where, Nars is a little weak, right? 30 rebounds per game and then 12 assists per game. You think they would be getting more assists, honestly, with
guard play. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the shooters that they have, right? But then Commissars, 42.2 rebounds per game, 18 assists per game.
Yeah.
Right. So that's hard to look at and not be convinced by, right? So that's why I got Commissars at 3 and Nars at 4. But yeah, I think our top 2 are going to be the same. It's hard to bump Showtime off of number 1.
No, there's no way.
And Aqsa's at number 2.
Yeah, Aqsa. Yeah, so we almost had the exact same list, except just you. I had Nasser, and you guys flipped. Here I was thinking, I'm so different. I guess everybody has a good pulse. But let's talk about these two teams real quick. Aqsa first. Aqsa. Honestly, I was not convinced after the draft about this Aqsa team at all. To be honest with you, but after they've played this whole season, there is something to be said about every single person knowing their role. Number 1. And Manny has had a fantastic season. Q has had a fantastic season. And at first, when he picked both point guards, I was like, what is Hare doing? He's got 2 guards and smaller guards. Yeah, they're fast, they're smart, but you have 2 guys that are exactly the same almost. You know what I mean? Kind of 2 versions of each other. Now, Q is more ball dominant, Chris Paul type. Manny's more like a John Morant type. I don't know what you would say, but whatever. They're 2 smaller guards. Then to go Ian and Dan. Ian has been a monster, bro.
He's having a great season, yep.
I love the way Ian plays. What I like about him, and I fall victim to this too, Amir, I'm sure you can say the same thing. When we get the rebound on offense, I kind of want to just be like, I earned this, so I'm going to put it up and get the 2 points. Ian will get it and then reset and get that full possession again. You know what I mean? So him, Dan, Bilal's had a 20-point game. Prince has been great for them. Hare himself has been great. Giorgio Ponte, we know, high vibe type of guy. So their team has just meshed in a way that I did not imagine, to the point where
you got Q.
At first I was like, Q is running the show, so that's why the chemistry is so. Q missed a game and they didn't lose a beat.
They're still fine.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man.
You got Q and Manny, 2 elite
everybody right now on their team are playing to their level or exceeding it, honestly. So like top to bottom right now. So they're tough. I honestly, after the draft too, I was just like, why pair Q and Manny on the same team? How is that going to work? And then you got Hare and Daniel, and you got Ian. I'm like, how is this going to work? But they've found a way to make it work. Yeah, no, they're tough, man, and they're just a bunch of dogs. They play hard.
Yeah,
it's a tough team. It's a tough team.
It really is. Amir, any thoughts on Aqsa before we talk about Showtime?
Who have Aqsa's 2 toughest wins been against?
It doesn't say you're on mute though. It's weird.
It doesn't say. I froze up for a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who have Aqsa's 2 biggest wins been against?
Aqsa's 2 here. Let me fire through their team really quick.
Do they have a statement win or a big win?
I feel like they've had a couple, to be honest with you, but let me go through it. So they beat Gummer by 10. They beat Nasser without Q by 11. I thought that was a big win. Then they beat Mukhtar by 42, 32. They beat Muttaqin by 10. They beat Malik by 2.
Was that old Malik?
That was old Malik, yeah.
I think they're very, very good. They still have to play Showtime. They still have to play us. Did they play Nars yet?
They haven't played Nars yet either. Ooh,
so we'll see the second half of the season.
Got a tough schedule.
They got a tough schedule to end the season. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, they'll show us for sure now. I do like their team. They've got elite perimeter defense. They've got elite guards. They've got great rebounding with Harry and Ian. Daniel's a great utility, Swiss Army knife, whatever you want to call it. So the team really, really does mesh perfectly. We'll see. I mean, second half of the season will show if they're legit contenders.
So, Amir,
I do think they are, but I'm not sure if they're number 2. But we'll find out soon.
You would have yourself above them, obviously. Everyone is going to.
You know what? At this point, I mean, they've played great. I can't put my team above them. I think we're more than capable of beating them.
Right.
But right now, that would be disrespectful because they've had a solid first half of the season, and they've been getting wins.
So my question would be, if they're not number 2, who would you personally have above them besides Showtime? Would you have Nars? Would you have Malik?
Damn. Man, I think Malik and my team, I would put neck and neck. I really like the trade. I think the trade is going to make Malik very dangerous.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's the same class.
And I know Nars beat us on that BS, but we had a big lead. We had a 3 points. Tristan ripped him and then blocked him. And then the refs handed him the game. So I'm still going to put us above them. But I am a big believer in Malik. I think that trade is going to make them extremely dangerous. And I think they're a legit contender.
Well, before me and Kareem talk about it, Showtime at number 1, I'm assuming you'd have them at 1 as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Screw Zach and Zahid, obviously, but the team's great.
Yeah, honestly, Adam looks like the MVP. And I'll say this: I think we knew. I mean, what are Adam's stats? I'll pull those up while I'm talking. Adam, we kind of know what he is, right? Now he's having a great season, but he's had an MVP before. Like he's at 24, 4-4 with 2.5 steals a game. That's kind of what you would expect from Adam, right? I don't think that's like, it's not like he's at 35 a game or something insane where you're like, oh my God, he's breaking the league. What I think is completely unexpected is Garfield 16 points a game, 14.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.5 blocks, 2 steals.
That's wild.
I would have never expected that. And not that Garfield is a slouch, right? I think of him, I would not surprise he's at 14.5 rebounds. But he's at almost 16 points a game, top 10 in points, damn near. And that's kind of being there, having that second guy that has been there and has an active and good game every single time he comes out in the court. Look at I'm going to go through his whole box score. Ready? 21-10, 13-19, 13-15 with 6 blocks, 15-16, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals.
That's tough.
That's tough. You're telling me right now they have 2 guys that would be all NMAA first team, right? Like, there's no way you can argue against that. Adam would be one of the guards, and I think if you're not putting him at a big, he's definitely going to be that 4. So Showtime with those 2, and then Nick has just had that. What the best thing about Nick is he's going to give you 3 games a season where he's just going to hit 5 threes. And congrats, you won. You won that league, right? And now he doesn't have to be the guy that's the second guy that has to do that for them to win games. If he has 6, they can still win. He had 6 points against us. They beat us by 30 points. You know what I mean? So Showtime top to bottom, man. They're right now today. I think
who's their 4th and 5th man?
So they have Carlos Roman, who pops in, very solid player. He's their third guy in scoring as well. Nick. Then they have Zach, Sarim, Jay Free. You pick your poison. I mean, I think Sarim is probably their more consistent fifth guy.
He's having a good season, man. For
he's almost at 7 points.
Ultra
he's got 5 rebounds, 2 steals. So he's not had a bad season either. I think. I mean, man. I mean, and you know what, Zacher? We know what Zacher can do. He hasn't had to do anything, so he barely plays. Right? He just gets his guys minutes. So, yeah, man, that's a dangerous team, and obviously we know about Zach and Zahid and how good of coaches they are, how successful they've been in both pro and semi-pro. So, yeah, I got them at 1. Kareem, any other thoughts?
Nah, man. I mean, they're the team to beat right now, and yeah. Shout out to Garfield, man. I think we've always rated Garfield. We've always thought he was a good player, but like he's showing out this season, man. He's literally doing everything across the board. So it's awesome to see. And he's a great dude. I love Garfield, man. He's awesome. I'm happy that he's in the league and happy to see him kill it.
He's good vibes type of guy. You could tell. But I said he might be the only one on that team. To be completely honest with you guys. But hey, there's one team, you don't gotta be nice. You just gotta win. But yeah, that's all we got for the power rankings. Kareem, Ozzy's gonna publish this.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I know.
You don't.
Okay, so we can say something positive to Ozzy. Ozzy's memes are phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I never would have expected him to come up with such good content,
bro.
I asked him, like, how do you do this?
Am I crazy? Or I feel like, I mean, Ozzy in person, personable guy, not the funny, not like the guy that's making people crack up. I would have never expected him to have 20 slides every week, and every single one makes me laugh.
On. Yep.
It's so
good, man.
I wouldn't be shocked if he was paying somebody else, some company.
No, I had that same thought. I said, bro, but I'm like, ChatGPT can't do this. You know what I mean?
When I see their posted on Instagram, I start smiling immediately.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh yeah. And you know what's funny is, I don't know if you do this, I kind of like savor every one. I let the GIF finish all the way and stuff instead of skip. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I gotta get through every single one. So
even when you're getting cooked, like I enjoy it, man. Like the past how many weeks, like of the 20, like 4 of them would be about me and Mutakin and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I honestly legitimately love them. Like
they're fantastic. I can't get enough of it. But I honestly, if you don't follow NMAA basketball on Instagram, it's great.
Yeah, what are you doing?
The photo dumps are crazy. The game recaps,
this season's crazy.
Highlights, crazy. It's you can watch the whole game in 2 minutes, and they have every single main play that happened and the outcome of the game. It's great. It's great. No complaints. Shout out Ozzy. Shout out to our social team. But let's get to these picks, boys.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast.
This is your favorite time of the week with your number one podcast.
All right, boys, let's fire through these picks. It's been a long podcast, but I appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate everybody listening. So we actually got a very, very fun slate of games. The first one, and I believe, in my opinion, the game of the week. According to me and Kareem's power rankings, 2 of the top 3 teams, number 2 versus number 3 here, in Aqsa and the Commissars. And Amir, talk about this game a little bit before we pick it. Obviously, you can't pick this game, but what are you thinking about this matchup here?
I mean, it'll show us who's a contender and who's a pretender. Ian and Hare are tough on the boards. We can't get dominated on the boards. We can't let Manny get his transition layups. We just got to stay in front of them and force them to hit shots. If we can do that, we should be able to win. I think it'll be tough for them to guard Tristan and Rod. They don't really have the right guys to guard those two who are, fast and strong. So I think we're going to present a difficult matchup for them on defense, but we got to keep them off the boards. And Daniel can board too. And so if we can win the battle of the boards and stay in front of them, we can definitely win. But I mean, they've got a great record, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. But Kareem, I'll let you pick this game first. Who you got in this matchup?
Yeah, same thoughts here, man. I think Q and Manny are great perimeter defenders, but it's different right now.
Different type of guard. Yeah.
I don't know. The types of players that Rod and
Tristan.
Yeah. Sorry. That's gonna be tough, man. I still think they're gonna have good games. But Amir and JP are gonna have they're gonna have to be battling, right? Hare and Ian and Daniel all game. Like they're gonna have to play a lot, honestly. If they give up a whole bunch of second chance opportunities and second chance points and whatnot, that's probably like the only way not the only way, but probably one of the ways that Uxa can win this game. So at the end, I got Commissars winning this one. I think it's a tough matchup. It's going to be a fun game. I'm excited to watch it. But I've got Commissars in let's say a 6-point win.
6-point win. Okay. I have similar thoughts here. My biggest thing when I look at the matchups, I think of defensively, how do you match up, right? Now, against a Commissars team where Amir can shoot, obviously Tristan and Rod can shoot, JP's been hitting threes, you can't really go conventional 2-3, especially when you have that advantage in the size department. You kind of want to, you have to get out to the corners. Like, you don't need Ian and Dan running out to the corners chasing Rod. Like, that doesn't make sense. But then man to man, I know, and we talked about this in the recap, that man-hunting mentality that the Commissars is going to play with on either side of the court. He shot at Yusuf Motiwala. He'll come out and he'll obliterate a dude on a screen, like even being the guy that's not the biggest guy on the court. And Hare in a man against Rod, against, you got to hedge and get back, I guess. That's the biggest thing. Now, one thing I have seen the Commissars sometimes are a little sloppy with the basketball, and you cannot do that with Manny and Q lurking around.
Yeah, if Manny and Q get those 4 or 5 steals and transition buckets, that can easily be 15 points.
Easily be 15 plus.
Absolutely
so,
right.
The Commissars have to take care of the basketball, but I think that they will. But I also think it's going to be a very close matchup. I think Commissars win 65-63 in another close matchup for the Commissars. The next game we have here is Mukhtar versus Al-Qamar, which is now the battle of... No, they're not the bottom two, are they? Are they? No, they're not. They're not. I think Malik's technically 9th still, even though we put him at like 5. This one is whose season is going to be over bowl. This is that matchup. Who is going to blow it up after this week? That's what this week is going to be. I honestly, it's a funny matchup because now Mukhtar has just traded for Sharif and Shawan. So their lineup is going to be Sharif, Shawan, Fellow, Julian, Wheezy. Or is they're starting Fahim still? Maybe Fahim over Shawan or Sharif. I'm not sure which one. Gummer, we know what Gummer is. This matchup is so weird to me. Who on Gummer can guard Wheezy? Can make it difficult for him.
Tari's going to have to guard him, yeah.
Tari's going to have to guard him?
Unless they go through 3.
You can put Monk on Wheezy and he'll do a serviceable job.
Yeah, Wheezy's going to make you pay from deep, man. You think Monk is going to go out there and... Monk is a good defender. He can move his feet.
Weezy will shoot the 3 over him, but it'll be a challenge contested 3, and Monk can get up. Monk is a good perimeter defender and very, very, very sound. And if you play sound defense against Weezy and you're strong, it can throw him off a bit.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm interested to see what Thodic we get. To be honest with you, this is the X factor. If you get 20 point a game, Thodic, I'm gonna pick Gummer here.
I think, sorry, Thodic. I think Weezy can guard Thodic very well. I think it's going to come down to BG. Who are they going to
BG's
put
not
on
going to
BG?
score 35.
Who are they going to put on BG?
I don't know. That's a great question. I genuinely don't know. They're going to put.
And I think Alex McCord can do an amazing job on Ahmad Bello. I think he can lock him down. Really, he's just big, physical.
So Amir, you're thinking Gummer here. I'll let you pick this game first.
No, Kamar sucks. They're gonna lose, but they'll keep it close, and it'll be another one of those 4 to 8 point losses.
You were saying all of Gummer's praises, so I'm like, all right, let Amir take the floor, and here he goes.
I gotta speak up for my boys, especially Ahmed Shahab after his wife brought those
Oh my
cookies.
God, the Golden Graham, the s'more. You remember
10 out of
those were
10.
crazy. Anyway,
10 out of
Mouth
10.
is watered.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Kareem,
lose
I'll
by
let you
4
pick.
to 8, but they can keep it close for sure.
Yeah, I got you. Kareem, I'll let you pick this matchup second.
Honestly, for most of the reasons that Amir stated, I'm actually going to go Khamar in this game. I'm going to go Khamar in this game, man. Yeah, it's going to be the first game that they, that Mukhtar is playing with Sharif and Shawan, and they're probably going to jump right into the starting lineup. And
you think both of them jump into the starting lineup?
Yeah, and Shawan's going to score 30 and make Kareem look like crap.
I swear to God. I'll pray for him.
And he's capable.
Yeah. No, I've got Khamar winning this game, man. It's been a number of close games. I think this is going to be another close game, but in this one, I think they'll pull through.
Okay, I can see that. I still am not decided. I think it really depends on what Thodic we get, and I think Thodic has been trending upwards. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Gummer here as well. I just crossed it out. I had to pick Gummer. I got Gummer here. I think the BG factor is what's going to be the biggest thing, because who's going to guard BG?
Yeah, BG could easily put up 25 and 8 assists.
Easy.
And if he can do that, and they can hold it down on defense, which I think they really can, it'll be close, but they'll end up blowing it at the end.
All right. Simple enough. All right. So next matchup we got here is Muttaqeen versus Nars. Now, obviously, Kareem, you cannot pick this matchup, but I will let you break it down for us a little bit. Your team's obviously been a little bit more of an uptake lately, but Nars, now you got this matchup. How do you feel like you guys match up against these guys?
I mean, I trust our defense, man. I like our defense. Our defense is not bad. Granted, yeah, we're gonna play probably the best backcourt in the league with Omar Diaz and Akbar. So I mean, we've got our work cut out for us. But Yassine is really starting to trend up, man. It was a slow start for him, but he's really starting to get out there on the boards. He's being aggressive. He's underrated in transition too. I mean, there was a play in our game against Commissars where he stole it, from their free throw line, and it, like, he was gone in transition. Like, there was 3 people in front of him, he was gone. Like, he's just quick and athletic. And so he's really starting to trend up. Zay is starting to get out there too. We're really trying to make a concerted effort to play faster. Brian's starting to play better now too. We've got Christian Solis now, and so I like deploying him on Akbar or Omar. So it's gonna be a fun game. I think it's gonna be another fun game. And yeah, we need to be able to slow down one of Akbar and Omar. Both of them can't be going off for 20 points.
Yeah,
and just hope that Isaiah and Yassine can take advantage of Nars' lack of size.
They are averaging 43 points, 42.5 points combined. Averaging. As back.
Yeah, but that's what they have to do. The rest of their team's averaging 8.
Yeah. That's the problem. with that being said, I would like to see a Isaiah dominant, you can't do anything type of game. Bro, the crazy thing, Amir, Isaiah is you and I's height. You know, we think of him as this kind of like a slasher wing. He is all of 6'4".
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the problem. Once he gets into the paint, he just keeps the ball up high and out to the side, and you just can't get to it.
You can't do anything.
No.
And against a team that doesn't have a shot blocker or a guy that's gonna hurt you, you know what I mean? Like we're playing in a rec league. Nobody's trying to get hurt. So you have a big guy like me who's there that's gonna throw an elbow at you if you come straight into me.
No,
They don't have that guy.
Opportunity for Isaiah to go off and reestablish
He really could have 30 in this game.
Solid.
Genuinely. I would not be surprised if he could have 40 in this game. If he gets his 3-ball going and just starts going downhill. I know Kareem has some matchups helping
If
him.
Kareem's team listens to him on defense, which he's going to put himself on Diaz, and he's going to put Chris on Akbar, and he's going to say, stay close. Every time there's a screen, we double team Isaiah or
Omar or Isaiah.
No, Isaiah or what's his name? Yassine. You guys are going to be patrolling the paint in case they pass it and get in there. If his team does that and stays disciplined, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think he will beat it into their heads. And I think they're going to be in good shape. And I'm going to go ahead and take Mutaqin by 6.
Okay. All right. I like it. Listen, I was teetering on the edge, but the problem with your statement, Amir, is you said if 10 times in a row. Like, there's a lot of ifs that have to go right.
He's going to tell his team over and over. Isaiah will listen. Right. Yassine will listen. Christian will listen. And Kareem, I forget who else he has. But, 4 of the guys will at least pay attention. And hopefully the rest of the team. Right? And that's what killed us. Like, Akbar at least 4 times got a screen. And our guy didn't step out all the way. And he hit like 8 threes against us. Which, of course, we still should have won. But if his team is locked in and listens, I do think they win this game.
Yeah, I could see it. But it's just so hard with those 2 guards to keep that up the whole game. Jamal, I think, is a very formidable defender. Will not make it easy for Isaiah. And I don't know. There's something about
that. But Jamal is foul prone, and Isaiah picks up fouls so well.
That's true too.
So if there's 2 or 3 early on, that's going to throw him off the rest of the game.
The biggest thing to me is I think we'll know what's going to happen in this game in the first quarter because it's just going to depend on what Isaiah comes out. If Isaiah comes out immediately 2 dribbles, layup, and he's just gliding to the basket, he has that big ass euro that he does. He euros across the 3-point line, and you can't do anything. If he's doing that, it's like, well, what is Nars supposed to do about this? You can't do anything. With that being said, the Nars also has a guy, the first overall pick, that you can't really do anything if he gets it going, and he's been a little bit more consistent this season. Mutaqin has a new roster, so to speak, after the shakeup with the moves. So that's why I'm gonna pick Nars here. I think Mutaqin is maybe a week or 2 away from fully kind of having that cohesiveness, and I think I might pick a Mutaqin 2 weeks from now, but it's not 2 weeks from now. So I got Nars in this matchup. The last matchup of the week I cannot pick, but I am playing in it. 99ers versus Al Nasser, a.k.a. the Night Bowl, where these 2 guys just started doing night emotes at each other every time they played each other. So this is going to be a fun one. Obviously, Kareem, you have gotten this team motivated by putting them this low in the power rankings when they're the actual 3 seed. But I'll talk about this matchup a little bit before you guys pick it. I think that we aren't as bad as we've made it look in the last couple of games. We have talent. Nader, we've seen Nader have a 20-point per game season. I know what Ali Jaffer is capable of. I know DJ Tony's had a 20-point season. We've seen him. Rodney now is joining us. And we have some guys on the bench that could actually make some noise as well. Where I think we have that matchup advantage is inside. I feel like they have one really, really good shooter, and then the rest of their team is up and down in terms of the outside shooting. So if we kind of funnel everything in, and now we have rebounders, and we just got to take care of that basketball. With Wasim lurking, it's tough, but yeah.
Who's on their team? Wasim and who else?
Wasim, Omar Uthman, Derek, Ismail, Obi, I believe is their starter.
Derek, Ish, and Obi can hit some shots.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
And Ozzy can come in and throw out.
Ozzy comes in and hits 2 threes. I got to punch him in the stomach.
Skylar's been shooting well this season.
Skylar has been shooting well. Shout out Skylar. Every jumper's look good.
Yeah.
But again, not guys that are coming off of pin downs, putting up. You know what I mean? They'll hit the shot if they're open, but they kind of want to get it going inside, especially with Omar Uthman on the glass. He's kind of makes like 8 to 10 of his points by himself just by getting those rebounds. So, again, we're kind of reeling, but I feel like we have a good chance in this game, especially if Ali comes out, plays well, Rodney comes out, plays well, or either Tony or Nader have a good game shooting-wise. I think we can definitely pull this game out. But I'm curious what you guys think. Amir, what do you got in this matchup?
I'm going to go ahead and pick the team that didn't lose a 22-point lead to Mokhtar.
That's
who's one of the weaker teams in the league.
100% fair. 100% fair. All right. Who you got, Kareem?
It's funny, man. I know I beat up on Nasser, but I'm going to go with Nasser in this game, actually. It's a matter of Wasim can run riot against you guys. I feel like, man, like he's just gonna be all over the court. Like you guys don't really have like a proper point guard per se, right? And Wasim, man, like, and I'm talking about just like from a defensive perspective, loose balls, second balls, blah blah blah, right? Like he's really gonna make a mark on this game, I think. Yeah. And then Derek's coming off of a good game. On a side note, does anybody hit more and 1 threes than Derek?
No.
Golly. Like I feel like every game is getting and 1 3. It's crazy. He's actually really good.
The ball for their team because it's Rodney who's not really a point guard. Nader's not really a point guard. DJ Tony's not a point guard. Ali's not. Who's like should Waters just run the point?
Yeah.
Like best thing to do might be to have Waters run the point.
Like the best thing to do would be we volleyball the ball up the court and we don't have to dribble. Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, I think for that reason, I think Wasim is just going to have his fingerprints all over the game. And yeah, you guys are coming off of a big defeat. Yeah, granted, you're coming in with Rodney, and that's going to give you guys a boost. But yeah, I'm gonna give Nasser the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm gonna go Nasser by 6 again in this game.
All right, fair enough.
No, I got Nasser winning by 12 or 14. There's going to be a bunch of transition baskets as 99ers try to figure out what they're doing.
Should I just stay on defense? What do you guys think?
That's not a bad idea. You could easily get 4 or 5 blocks if you do that.
I stay on defense, just throw outlets, and this is our offense.
Just let DJ Tony launch.
Just DJ Tony launch. And just everybody stay on that side of the court. Warris 1-on-5, and then free points on the other end. I don't know. Just changing the game. This is the revolution. Anyways, yeah, that's all we got for the podcast, guys. Way to end it on a huge fart there. Everybody just crapping on my team. But yeah, no, that's all we got for the podcast. Kareem, Amir, appreciate you guys joining. And everybody that's listening, appreciate you listening in. Obviously, come say what's up on Sunday. And with that being said, everybody be happy. Everybody be healthy. We'll be back with you next week. Peace out, guys.
We are NMAA, Basketball Dean Brotherhood.
We've got former college D1 athletes, former international players, competition at all levels. Come on, man, it's what we do best.
It's game time, grab your crew cause I got mine. Cause my 5, we gon' shut her down like prime time. We always ready, staying steady on these front lines. Lights, camera, action, and we live, call it showtime. This labor of love, we call it grind and dedication. Blood, sweat, and tears for years, call it determination. Don't get it mistaken with people hating on your greatness. We just patiently waiting to make a slam dunk statement. So turn the station to NMAA podcast. Got the commission on going full blast. So when they ask who's the greatest in the state, well, we shaking bacon and breaking ankles and so wait. I'm too clean and precise with my jump shot. Celebrate with my bow and arrow, call it guns hot. Locked and loaded with my bag and my whole squad. Always rolling deep with my team, praising one God. Alhamdulillah.
Did you give it all you got? Did you give it 110%? Any team's capable of holding that championship trophy. Just depends how bad you want it.
I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go!
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is dead on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. It's not over till I say it is. Body still working hard, beating, blessed, time to live. It's all or nothing, I got all to give. Pushing to the last second, cause it's still time to win. Never too late, cause I'm the champion within. And the champions are made of perseverance, no quitting, ha. Yeah, that's why I'm out here grinding day and night, Always hungry, staying humble, that's my way of life. Cause every team dreams of being the number one seed. But do you got what it takes to make it in this league? Giving it all, game a line, going 110. Claiming it all, looking to thrive, decisions always a win. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go!
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is dead on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.